Hi, my name is Flua and welcome to today's fandom video. I want to clarify something, and is that fandom is for fun. Like, sure, fandom can touch or give a life in some serious topics, get to discuss profound themes, subvert expectations, and can be a place where you find a community, a place to reside in, meet incredible people that will definitely stay in your life as long as the universe seems it necessary. And all of that is true. But at the end of the day, fandom is for fun, not for shame. Some people in TikTok and social media lately have been discussing the fact that fandom has become crueler, meaner, as has the internet as well. But some people are saying that it is so mean. People now are ashamed of being in a fandom. And I understand, I really do. Shame is a conflicting feeling, and I get it. But you cannot live your life in shame. If you enjoy something and the possibility of interacting with it for free is there, why wouldn't you take it? Why not take delight and pleasure in it? The little advice that someone gave me a long time ago was to not deny myself a space that hasn't been denied to me. So if you're in fandom, don't feel shame. Go have fun. Comment in on fanfics. Do fan art. Tell your favorite artists you love them and how much they love their work. Something else that might be affected lately is how weird people are when you ship something that isn't canon. On when you're like, oh, those two characters have never interacted before, and it's like there was a TikTok that mentioned that people wouldn't have survived the Jack Elsa fix, and like they really wouldn't have. I did read quite a lot of fixing Wattpad about those. It was Jack, Elsa, Meriga, and Hiccup fix, and it was fun. Fandom is a way to explore all of those things. Sure, I do love a good fanfic where everyone is on character and the writer understands the source material so well that you genuinely are like, oh, these people get it. The original writers and these people are in the same wavelength. But fandom spaces, you must allow fun, silliness, foolishness, stuff like writing crack. Like, it's like a way to explore creative and absurd ideas within the framework of a favorite or your favorite fictional universe. I don't think creativity is bound to the ideas the reader has of the world. And as the AO3 system would have it, if you know how to filter, and AO3 makes it really, really easy, you don't have to see that stuff. Just exclude crack and you're done. I the AO3 filtering system is really good. I do not understand how people find stuff on Wattpad. Fanfiction.net, I understand to some extent. I used to be an expert on managing the fanfiction.net system. Wattpad, though, especially after the change for a more money centered platform, it's difficult. It's awful. I also think that the change of Wattpad, it's still a nice platform, but the change of Wattpad is like the falling of a cornerstone in fandom. Like, I would give to Wattpad that it has a nice system, especially for comments, but otherwise, it is hard. And fandom has become a weird place in that, I think, because yeah, it's a place for writers and also for fan artists, and like that's usually stuff that doesn't completely mix. You just look in a book for what you look in a fanfic and what you're trying to say. So fanfic can be weird, should be weird, whatever, blah blah. But something that shouldn't be weird are the interactions within the fandom, the voice actors, the creators. Those people still exist in a world with boundaries. Stop involving unwilling participants into weird stuff like that. Consent is a thing that exists everywhere. This video wasn't supposed to be about this, I just got derailed. So, today I wanted to talk about some of my favorite tags in AO3. These are not fandom specific tags, but I would love to see more of them in the fandoms I follow. Let's start with crack taken seriously. It is a stupid premise with very real consequences. This one is a gamble sometimes because even when you're looking for hilarity, it can take a really hard turn and become very real very fast. But at the same time, I really like it because it is not something you see every day. So I'm always excited when fanfic writers take on the task of writing humorous things and hilarious things. So crack really is right up my alley. Another type I like a lot is accidental baby acquisition or accidental child acquisition. There are many ways in this can play out. One is platonic, one is romantic, and I think it's a great setting for both. It also can be hilarious, or it can be dramatic and unstable. But I love the idea that you give two people, or maybe one people, that is so unprepared for what life is about to throw at them, and they get a child, and now they have to deal with everything. People are getting thrown into situations they don't know anything about. But in the majority of when I read, there's this understanding that children, babies, have needs, that they are just, yeah, kids that don't understand how the world works. They are learning how to person from scratch, and they try to offer them what they need. And I find that sweet. I do think that some people are really weird when they say they hate children because children can be an oppressed class. Like they cannot take decisions from themselves, they cannot get money, they cannot validate in the world without an adult. And then people are like, I hate them. I'm like, that's weird. If you don't like them, that's fine. Not all like children. If you can work with children, that's fine. Not everyone can work with children. If you don't want children for yourself in your future, that's fine. If you don't know how to interact with them, that's fine. But telling that you hate them and almost want them dead because I've seen some really awful comments, it's weird. Continuing with the line of thought of like kids and children, babies, we have the maybe this is not attack, but they didn't know I was pregnant. I don't think I've seen at AO3 tag for this surprisingly, which I think is weird because I'm known for a fact I read enough of fanfics for this for it to be attacked, or at least I think I have. It is of course possible that it doesn't have enough to be classified by the tag wranglers in AO3, but also each time is written so differently. Like, I didn't know they were pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant. I didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know he was pregnant. I didn't know character A was pregnant. I didn't know character B was pregnant. It is not one of my favorites, but there was a time where I read a lot of pregnant stories, and like, some of them can be fun. I do understand when people hate untagged pregnancy because there's not what it's looking for. That is why it's so important to tag things. Like if you have unplanned pregnancy, put it there. If you have untagged pregnancy, put it there. The thing about like AO3 systems is that filters matter. And if you don't, just don't tag anything. Choose create a choose to filter, and the tag is surprise reader. Guess. I have seen really good fics though where there's like a parent tag. That's all you get. And best of luck. Another tag I do really like is social media. But in this case, I talk about specifically of social media, but social media where the in media, in universe characters are the object of a fandom. Should they be actors, athletes, singers, or anything that allows them to have a fandom universe, it is so fun. I think specifically when it is clear that the author has been in fandom a long time and they really understand the mechanics of it. It is such a fun read. Another one of my favorite tags is humans are space orcs. I love me the good old science fiction humans in a space story. I really have a soft spot for the universe, the planets, the stars, and the idea of human curiosity, wanting to go for more, look for more, explore more. I cannot help but feel fascinated by it. The idea that there is so much to explore out there, that it is so beautiful, that it fits within our system. It will always inspire hope in me. So back to the human or space orcs. I do want to make the distinction between humans are dead worlders or human are space orcs, because as much as I love the dead worlders story, in which humans are stronger than other species because they were raised, in a dead world. I think us exploring the concept of being different as we explore like culture as a right is funner for me. I must admit I got confused and I was thinking about orcas for a while instead of orcs. So here are some fun orca facts. They are called orcas or killer whales. They are mammals. Their diet is mostly carnivore. The group name is a pod. Orcas are predators. Orcas can live from 50 to 80 or 90 years, depending on conditions and also the sex they eat. Orcas are pregnant for 17 months. That's a long time. Can you imagine that? Orcas communicate through a range of clicks, whistles, pulse calls, squeals, squeaks, and screams. Orcas have distinct languages within their family groups, and despite their name, killer whales are actually dolphins, and the largest species of an oceanic dolphin. And that was our intervention about orca facts. Let's move on. Another tag I really like is time loop. I am a sucker for time loop stories, and if you've seen my first video where I talk about the book See You Yesterday, you know I love stories where the idea that you are missing something and the universe or whatever it is giving you an opportunity to see it, to make it better, to fix it. It allows characters to take different decisions with different consequences and ramifications. Also, time stories often raise philosophical questions about fate, the nature of reality. It is like an incredible plot to explore, to put your suffering characters in a place when they can fix, or to take your perfect characters and give them grief. Next tag I like, or next type of fanfic I like, is scientific work, articles, investigation, news, and epistolary. I love the subversion of the things that don't belong in fandom spaces, such as academia, and putting them in that. And another tag I like is alternative universe, the soulmate goose of enforcement. This, I'm pretty sure, comes from a post from Tumblr user Shady Check Please AUs that says back in 2017, AU suggestion, soulmate AU, where one person finds a goose who leads them to the other person. The difficulty comes in not being mauled by a goose. I have never interacted with geese, but from what I've been told, they can be interesting creatures to manage. And lastly, we have specific AUs. And I don't mean coffee shop AU, florist tattoo AU, high school AU, but rather a written work where it is obvious, obvious that the author has worked or done what is being talked about. There are people that live such specific lives and put their blurbs on the situations they've been through with such a specific set of conditions, and it makes it really worth it. Do let me know, what are your favorite underrated tags?